Hi, everybody. Welcome to OneWordPodcast. My name is Caroline Guku.
And my name is Joy Kabuga, and this is a safe space where we have authentic and interesting conversations about our lives before and after relocation and everything in between. Yeah.
Yeah, guys. Welcome and welcome back to our YouTube channel. And thank you so much for appreciating our content. And for those who are listening to us in Spotify, we see you, we hear you, and thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and we also feel like we have new people subscribed from Saudi Arabia, Canada. You guys, you're welcome. Germans, Mkwapo representing Kenyans, we appreciate you all.
Yeah.
Continue. And you guys, we've noticed, Kara, have you noticed that
Yeah.
most people actually who are watching us haven't subscribed?
Yeah, like the algorithm, no, the analytics say like 75%
Yeah.
have not subscribed, and the number just went so high. So if all of you subscribed, oh my God, we could just hit a new milestone.
Yeah, please guys subscribe. We really appreciate if you did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the one word for this episode is
It's all about the money, money, money.
the Benjamins. Yeah.
Yeah. Dollar,
Oh,
maganji,
Maganji.
madoste.
I mean, I can't smell any other.
But then how
nicknames.
did you guys used to call money? We call it mado, Benjamin, Ganji, Apara. Yeah.
Just do.
Just yeah, what else do you call money?
But I had like it's recently I call money Benjamins because like I got used to hearing someone say Benjamin. So nowadays I'm always like
in the
yeah,
rap
anything.
in the rap videos or what?
No, just like a friend, and then he was
Really?
like, "Yo, do you have some Benjamins? We need to hang out." And then I was like, What's Benjamins?" And he was like, "Yo, where do you come from?"
Really? Maybe that's a Gen Z thing. I do not know. I had Benjamin's with you the last time, and I was like, okay, I might have heard it also in the
Yeah.
rap songs, maybe. But
Manita Gen Z, Loki. Thanks.
I feel like if somebody called me a Gen Z, I would be happy. Like those people are so smart. Like they seem like they're aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're so smart. They are making it big when they are small. Me Gen Z kwangu si matusi. Imagine.
Same.
Hebu call me Gen Z.
Kesho.
Alrighty. Wow. Are you excited to talk about money? I don't know what I'm feeling when we want to talk about money. Because I'm also asking myself, Caroline, do you know what money is actually?
And that's what I mean. Personally, first, let me put it this out there.
Yeah.
I have a very strong attraction, and I don't mean like sexually or romantically.
Yeah.
For people who have financial literacy, I really like. It's almost like I adore people who have financial literacy and people who know how to make investments. See pesa
Yeah.
kukaa
Yeah.
bank,
Yeah.
and then yeah,
As of financial intelligence.
it's not even about intelligence. You can be intelligent, but like
No, that's why I use the word financial in front.
yeah,
Like you know what to do with money, how to
yeah,
grow money.
how to grow. People who grow money, wow, like
They're your persons.
I envy those people, and in a very nice way.
Yeah,
I
me,
admire
I'm
them.
just attracted to people with money. That's all. I don't care what you do for your money. I don't care how smart you are. Like, no, I'm kidding. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, yeah, I remember. Everything has to go back to my relationship. I don't know why. I remember when I met my boyfriend in the morning after we've woken up, we've had breakfast.
Yeah.
He would just, it was COVID times, so he would sit isolated in the corner. I'd be like, "Yo, babe, what you doing?" "I'm doing stocks." I will be turned on because I was like, "Whoo, my man is making money. Benjamins are coming in, coming in." Yeah, like also me, I'm attracted to people who know how to make money, how to maintain money. Because I feel like like for me, once I was introduced to a certain level of money, I acquired a certain lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this lifestyle will need money
Yeah.
to be sustained. So I'm really.
What lifestyle is this? Maybe we should start there because you're saying this lifestyle, like it needs money to sustain it.
This lifestyle.
Wow.
No, I don't mean it like that. Because for me, coming from a background where there was no money, so you can imagine the lifestyle that I had. So upgrading that lifestyle needed money. So once you get that lifestyle that you think this is it, your mind also keeps growing because then I was like, oh, I'm living alone in a student, hostel, like ninapika na gas. Oh my god, I'm going to the supermarket and I don't care if it goes past 3K, you know. But that was then. But then to acquire this lifestyle, first of all you need money, and then you need to maintain it also with money. So that's why I'm also like attracted to the possibility of acquiring money, number one, and also the possibility of keeping that money, whatever you have to do. If you have to grow it, for me, I just needed a sugar daddy, so I needed to enhance my skills in one way or another to increase the money.
Did that help in any way?
Yeah. I'm here.
I mean, that's what it counts, honestly. I had kids carry say there's no reward to suffering. So
no, just do what you have to do to get money. I mean, they will talk and they will crucify you, but girl, you would rather be crucified on the internet and have money rather than be crucified and have no money. Yeah, because internet is ruthless. They don't care if you have money or you don't.
Yeah, but do you think you did it for, because now you're saying like for internet, like where does internet come in? Is it because like you want to maintain a lifestyle for the people on the internet, or is it?
I mean, life right now is very superficial, I think.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I think most people like they get a lot of satisfaction by showing off what they have. And like right now when we go to Instagram, the first thing we're going to see is the girls who are popping champagne in the club. We're not going to see the one who's drinking, I don't know, €5 wine.
Wait, beg to differ. In Kenya, if you go, you see that girl who's doing makuni uko. Do you know her?
As in what is it? Shago Pro Max.
Kenyeji Pro Max. This is Kenyeji girl.
The one who's cooking for her husband. I mean, now that is content, that is content. And now money has located that. Apiki na hizo makuni sana. I mean, kwanza napika na gas. Yeah, that's content. That is the difference between content and what Instagram sells. I'm not saying life like that. I'm not pro that life that is just about, the lavish, going to the best club, drinking champagne or eating in an expensive restaurant. For me, that is the things that I would do on and off camera, right? Like the normal things. But I feel like right now, when you go to the internet and you find me living this life, you follow me because of this life. So it puts on pressure on me, or I would think, to keep on bringing you this kind of content so that you can stay as a loyal follower to me. Because I come every day, I'm shopping from Gucci. You want to see me tomorrow going to Dior, you want to see me tomorrow going to Louis Vuitton. So you follow me because of this. And I feel like it's so clear, mostly on Instagram. I could say TikTok has taken another direction. It's not so superficial, like it's all about the money, it's all about the glam, it's all about the glow, it's all about the price tag. In TikTok it's not as much, but in Instagram, I tell you for free, it's about, don't you see these for you feeds that come luxurious holiday, won't you want to be here with your loved one like this? And I'm like, oh wow,
with the loved one firstly. Back to finance.
Because I feel like once you get money, it changes a lot, and it depends with who you are as a person, actually. And for me, I can always speak from now on. I can always speak for myself.
Well, my history with finances, I think when we grew up, and I was telling this to someone, and they really critiqued me for this.
Really?
Grew up, because when we were younger, my dad taught us, because we have a shop, you don't have to pick everything from the shop. You have to buy. You're just like every other customer.
Oh wow, smart.
So we wouldn't go and get sweets for free. You always had to like put your own pocket money so you can go and buy from the shop.
Oh wow.
And then people are like, no, but your family, what's the point of like having a shop and then not going to buy for yourself?
That's the difference between literacy and financial literacy, not
So I don't think my dad ever sat us down and said, this is how taxes look like, but like such lessons, and then you're like, oh yeah, I need to save so I can be able to afford to get this. And then I think we just grew up going on with the same thing. And then one time, actually for now us to open a bank account, I can't remember how young we were. But my sister had, I think, 3,000 bob. And then she went and dug a hole in the ground so that nobody could steal her money. And then she forgot where she dug her hole.
Typical.
So my dad was like, I think these kids actually now need a savings account.
Ah,
So now we got our first savings account thanks to my sister digging a hole. And
yeah,
then, yeah, we started saving. And now, because obviously when you go to, because mine was with Jumbo Junior.
yeah,
So you start like this piggy, I think piggy banks are
yeah.
also
Piggy bank.
popular.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So, because you're always competing with other kids and you go to like festivals and
yeah.
like you hear someone else has more money than you, and then you're like, really? So I
Really?
want to have more money. So I
Yeah.
think I grew up just like really saving a lot because that was my
Wow.
background.
Oh my God. Okay, I envy you so much. Like, we grew totally different.
Yeah.
Totally. Wow. Like, I'm blown away. Like, hey, yeah, these people exist in Kenya. These parents exist in Kenya.
Right, there are so many. When we went to the piggy
Yeah.
bank, I remember actually the last competition I was in, or I
Yeah.
think the first and last. I think I had almost like 50,000 in my account. I was like probably 9 years old. And
Wow.
then we went there, and there was a boy who had more than 250,000, and we were the same age. So that was like,
Jesus.
oh, so now it started to make me, expand my mindset that, oh my God, people actually have more
Yeah.
money.
But I think also that exposure really helps because you see, you went there, you saw this boy who has more money, then automatically in your brain, you are like, I gotta have more money. Wow, that's amazing. Because for me, it's totally different.
Mm-hmm.
I came to get a bank account when I was going to the university, like for real.
Really?
Yeah, and I got it because you had to deposit school fees
Yeah.
through the bank account. So how I grew up, oh my God, in my family, money would come and go. As soon as it came in, it went out because we didn't have enough, also, or my parents didn't have enough to kind of save even for
Mm-hmm.
themselves. So it would be like money comes in, it pays school fees.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I think we started YOLO because money would come in, it's YOLO for 2 days
Yeah.
and then it's gone. Because
Mm.
also, I think my mom wanted to give us like 2 days of feel good, like
Yeah.
there is money, there's mkata in the morning, there's
Mm-hmm.
nyama in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
So this was my relationship when I was growing up with money. That like money comes in, money goes out. Like there
Mm.
is no there's a float in the
Yeah.
house, like there's like a 200.
Mm.
Kwetu, if you ever happened that you're cleaning clothes, because we were cleaning clothes with our hands and you would always check the pocket and you
Mm-hmm.
get a 50 bob. Kwanza you stop cleaning, you pray because you're like, Santa was here.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is that difficult. And also,
Wow.
you mentioned a shop. I remember just after my from four, we have this period where we are
Mm-hmm.
waiting. I was very entrepreneur from a very young age, not
Mm-hmm.
because I'm a very good business person, but
Mm-hmm.
because I knew I want to use money to make money. And that's how my life has
Mm.
been. Whatever way I choose to do, I've just been increasing money on what I have. So I remember I had some money when I finished Form 4 because of the success card.
Mm-hmm.
They put some, 200, three
Mm-hmm.
hundred, and so I had some money. And then I told my mom, because I have some money, I would like to open a shop. And then, these shops, Zaushago, it's
Mm-hmm.
just like a long corridor where you just put things side to side and then where you
Mm.
can stand. It was like 600 bob a month. And
Mm.
at home, it's not like you have to pay deposit
Yeah.
or anything.
Yeah.
I just bought mbao the shelves were so
Really?
basic.
Oh.
Yeah, so I did that. And coming from the background that I come from, and then I bought my stock. Coming from the background that I come from, my mom, you see, now this is where the financial literacy and
Mm-hmm.
illiteracy comes in.
Mm-hmm.
My mom will be like, hai, hatuna unga, niko like, so nifanye. So ulikuja
Mm-hmm.
na moja kutoka hapo kwa duka. You see,
Mm.
there was no that if I'm gonna take my daughter's unga,
Mm.
it means now she's short
Yeah.
of her capital money or the money that she has invested there.
Mm.
Because they'll be like, we don't even have breakfast. So I mean, I could have
Did you
been,
never ask, like, Mom,
what would you do
this
if I
is a
didn't have a shop?
business? Mom, this is a business. I don't feel like.
I wanted to ask so many times, but when it comes to family
Uh,
and you want to be there for your family,
yeah.
and also you totally understand the situation,
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, come on,
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring bread and milk. And then it continued for like, I did this for like 6 months because
Mm-hmm.
I was in Chicago for 6 months. And then I was like, you know what? Of course, I'm making profit. Like, it's Ushago, you make like 200 bob a day.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. But I was like, I'm just working to eat. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's hand to mouth. I'm working to feed my
Yeah.
family, which is very okay.
Yeah.
But I feel like at that point, that is not what I was looking for. I was
Yeah.
looking for something that was gonna give me a lot of stability as a person, because I knew the next step is university, and I know the situation, the money situation at home. And I was already starting to pick this diva behavior. Like, I gotta have it all. And also this, I think, stems from growing up with nothing. Like now you feel like you have the capability of having something. You want it all, but you're not smart enough how to know to have it all and keep it all, because the monies that have gone through my hands,
it's a ton of money.
It's a lot of monies. But was I smart then to know how to handle these monies? No, because I came from a background where there's nothing that I could have watched and learned. Because maybe for you watched and learned. Mom said you can't come take it, sweetie, you have to pay for it. So you learn like these.
Would you do that with your kids?
Yeah, I would. Like, that is the first thing I'm teaching them from zero. I don't want them to say mama or dada. I want them to say financial intelligence. Because I feel like it liberates you so much. Like, some things you just realize, okay, they are important, but they're actually not that important. If I focused on saving, immediately I started having good access to good money, and good money is relative. Somebody can say 1 million is their good money. Somebody can say 10,000. So I'm not going to mention my figures. But what I'm saying, when I started having access to good money, if I was smart enough and I saved then, I think it would have made a huge difference in my life. A huge difference in my life. Because as I remember, because of you, Shamba, I remember one day I got this guy, and he was like, it was a long distance relationship, right? And he was like, okay, I want to buy you a good phone, so that we can communicate. By then it was WhatsApp, Skype, yeah. So I go in. It's my first time I'm holding that amount of money. It's my first time I'm gonna buy like a good,
a reasonable good
phone, like yeah, yenye unatolea watu hivi, si Infinix.
Yeah.
And I remember I was so overwhelmed that I bought an iPad.
Did you?
Yeah, because let me tell you, when you come from poverty or from a background that is challenged financially, wow, did I just say that? Challenged financially. I feel like you want the need to be so extra when you can. Because at this point, I didn't even know an iPad you can, like, when you want to call it so huge, you have to have earphones on, or it's going to be so loud. I didn't know the downside. Yeah, it's much better for emails, for watching, blah blah blah. But because I wanted to show people I got money now, you go for something that is so not practical for what you actually need. And I had this habit for a very long time, until I was like, wait a minute, how long are you going to keep buying everything because you can? I mean, I suffer from it till today. I buy things and I'm like, okay, Caroline.
Do you regret afterwards? Is that like...
Sometimes I'm like, oh shit, I'm now broke. Yeah, I regret sometimes. Of course, you're like, and I still am, but I'm overcoming this in Jesus' name. I'm a very emotional shopper.
Are you?
Yeah.
Can we be really good friends?
Really, you don't want this disease.
But
you don't want this disease.
I feel like that's why I don't have online shopping. But also because my ignorance won't let me. I feel like I don't even have any money. But I always feel like, what if they take the details and scam me?
Really?
Scam me 100 Kenyan shillings, yeah. I don't know. It's just, I'm so skeptical
about online shopping.
Yeah, so I think also a big part of my ignorance and being skeptical has helped me not to have online shopping platforms. Do you think it'd be different for you if you didn't shop online?
Yeah, it would feel different. But also, I don't like shopping physically. I don't like trying on. I remember in a previous relationship, my boyfriend is a very good shopper. Like, he is one of the few guys you meet and they're like so shopping enthusiasts. He would go and select a million things, and when I'm on the fifth thing, I'm like, oh, Caroline, do you really want to do this? But then you remember it's free stuff.
Yeah.
You keep on trying them on. And I'm not really a physical shopper unless it's shoes, because it's very easy to fit in shoes, and decide, do I want, do I not want. But in terms of clothes and everything else, I would prefer more online. And then I like the the soft life whereby everything is just delivered to you. There's no hustle. You don't have to hustle.
Okay. I think I'm also an emotional shopper.
Yeah.
But not in the context of like when I'm feeling emotional.
Yeah.
Tell me if this is being an emotional shopper. I
Yeah.
can't window shop without buying. I'm always guilty if I window shop and not end up buying something.
Really?
Is that emotional?
I don't know how to describe, but yeah, like you're feeling bad for the seller.
Yeah, I feel bad for the. It's like you just came to waste my time just looking at my stuff, so I have to
Yeah.
like pick.
Me no, that one I can out, but I rarely do window shopping.
Yeah.
But also one thing I'm good at, I will bargain. Me, I'm
Yeah.
the queen of bargaining.
Okay, but you are.
Yeah.
And I usually feel sad for shoppers. Even if when I'm bargaining, I'm like, hey, I think I'm going too far.
Me, I'm telling you, they would tell me this costs 20 euros and I would go as low as 5 euros. Like without
Really?
mercy. I'm like, I'm not gonna take that for that money. No. And then I will start fabricating stories. Actually, the other shop has the same thing in
Do people bargain in Germany? I've never like I didn't think
bruh. Why not, guy?
really.
Yeah.
I thought like it's just in some culture, like the culture here isn't really about bargain. I've never had people
Nah.
bargain. Like even when I go to shop for stuff and flea
No,
markets, I don't hear people
I was
bargain.
just bargaining the other day at the Christmas market. I was buying new gloves and I was like, no, you can't sell it like that. And I was like, can you see I'm freezing? You can't be so expensive and I'm freezing. And I said, like, I'm the one to guilt trip you
Yeah.
as a seller. I'll make you feel like, yeah, if you don't have this black girl, it's gonna look like, you know. Yeah, but back to our money topic. I have a question to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look back at your, the relationship that you introduced to money by your parents, and
Mm-hmm.
of course, if you've not watched, no, we've not uploaded the childhood video yet, yet to come. Um, of course, it's clear you came from a very okay background in
Mm-hmm.
terms of finances.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that has shaped you? Because also in the relationship um episode, I'm sorry for roasting you.
Oh my god, this
Like
episode. Woo.
you made the worst financial decisions
So
ever. Do you think? Can you like touch on your behavior with money from being a child and to you being an adult who's making these very very bad financial decisions?
yeah, so like I've said,
Yeah.
so when I was a child, people used to guilt trip me a lot because I never, like I said, I was not a performer.
Yeah.
So I think in the friendship episode I mentioned, like I was always trying to fit in into groups.
Yeah.
So being that I wasn't a performer, and I think when I was younger, people would always ask like, how can your dad have sufficient funds and you're performing poorly? So I started to feel
Man.
bad, like,
Yeah.
oh, so kids who come from like
Rich
a good
family.
family, like you don't have to struggle financially, are always the ones who perform nicely, and I'm performing poorly.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't deserve to have this money. So I started to have like an awkward
Wow.
relationship with money. It's like I don't deserve it. Let me just give it to someone who deserves it more than I do. So it almost became, I think that's why the Messiah complex, or I don't know, misinjury, but
Yeah.
almost feels like now this, and I think it still is there,
Yeah.
that every single time I'm like, but I'm not sufficient in this way, then I just feel like someone who needs it more, who's not me, because me, I have privilege and I'm not maximizing my privilege because I don't have the brain for that. So let me just give to someone who I think has the brain to, to be lucky to have the funds. I think
Wow. That's a
so,
fucked up kind of
yeah,
thinking.
but because all the time when I used to go to school, it was always like, how can you not? And then the teachers will also tell you, like, oh, you're performing so badly and your dad is an engineer. And then I'm like, yeah, maybe I need to become a shoe guy. Why are you laughing?
I'm just
So,
laughing because these people are so evil. Why would you compare what your dad does with your performance? I feel like
but this was
wow.
so common. Like, it was so
Really?
common. Yeah, then I started feeling guilty. Like, I come from a background when my dad doesn't struggle, so let me just give to people. So I remember in primary school, if my dad
Yeah.
got me a new pair of shoes, I would find like a girl whose shoes are really worn out, and
Yeah.
then I would swap.
Exchange.
So when I go home, I'm like, yeah, give me back my shoes because my mom is gonna ask me.
Yeah.
But when I was in boarding, because I also joined boarding when I was really young, it was always like, yeah, I'm going to find someone who who's more, who needs it more than I do, because I don't have the brain. I think only smart people would need to afford, or like if especially this is even worse because I feel like for people who are financially struggling, to me, I was always like, let me come and help you more because you are cleverer and you're not financially able. So
I help you go in front.
Yeah.
Me, I have
I'm
something
dumb.
to.
It's a brain. I can't buy a new brain. So I'm like, well, I've come to accept how I am. So just I could.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you say things, I'm so shocked. I'm like, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Let us just that. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As I digest, subscribe. The thing is, I don't get it. So you have been taught these good characteristics of handling money.
Yeah.
And you're actually doing good.
Mm-hmm.
And now some people from outside, they come
Mm-hmm.
and kill this for you.
Mm-hmm.
That your relationship with money is like, I'm not worth the money.
Yeah, I'm not worth the money.
Because I'm dumb.
Yeah, because I feel like other people deserve it more than I do. So, it's only fair if they
Get it and you
it
give it.
and I don't.
Because you have access to it.
Yeah.
Have you been to therapy?
Yeah.
Okay.
But my therapist
they're working on that.
We should have an episode on therapy. I hate therapy right now.
Wow.
Because I went to therapy for 3 years and I feel like I came out with nothing. I was always like, okay, now I've told you all the stories. Mm-hmm.
Now what?
So, yeah. Like, tell me my diagnosis.
Okay, maybe the next topic we're going to have is about therapists. Okay, yeah. For me, I feel like, wow. I mean, wow. Like, seriously, I'm lost of words. And that happens very, very rarely.
But you see now, because now going back, sorry to cut you short, like going back to the relationship episode, now you understand like why.
Yeah.
Also, because when I feel like I don't deserve this money, I didn't come from a family, I came from a family that my dad can be able to like to help me with food.
Yeah.
We didn't struggle to get food, to play.
Yeah.
If my dad always said like, hey, you're my girls, like whatever you girls
need.
want, I'm gonna give it to you. So, but then I was always guilty also for taking these things because, like, my brother could have it because he's smarter, or my sister is smarter.
But who told you you're dumb? Like, this thing, like, it really changed a lot in your system.
And this is why I went to therapy. Now it's like we're having an episode on therapy.
Yeah,
but
it changed so quickly because I was like, if I was you coming from a background where I have so much information early on in my childhood, I would be like, I'm saying, this is imagining. You never know. So sometimes you just imagine because you never know the story until you are the story bearer. I think I will be much, much better because coming from my background and the way I have managed to be here where I am and live like I live, I still pat myself on my shoulder. I'm like, yo, girl, you're doing it. You're killing it. Yeah. So for you, I'm like, well, Jehovah Jireh.
Yeah, so I went to therapy and I always told my therapist my biggest problem actually is education because I have a very emotional attachment to like education and everything that encompasses,
All right. Let's cut short the therapy topic because we're gonna deviate completely.
Yeah.
So I have like another question.
Yeah.
How are you now with money?
So, well, I would say still the same. I don't know. I'm really. So now, can I go back?
Yeah, sure. We have all the time. I mean, this juice is freshly pressed.
So from childhood, that now I started to understand. Like from childhood, now I start to understand. Like, oh, saving is a really good thing, and like I'm surrounded. And also, I think I really appreciate like my parents. Also, the games that they used to introduce us to because they really, they widen your scope.
Yeah.
And also the schools let me tell you, if I have a kid, I'm gonna definitely take them to like the best schools.
Yeah,
because I feel like you are very close-minded if you just live within this normal place where you're used to.
Yeah.
And then now I go to somewhere like Strathmore, and Strathmore you go to school with like Ruto's kids.
Yeah.
Aquatis kids.
Yeah.
And you're like, these people have a lot of money, but they're acting so normally. And then you're like, you're not the only person who has money. So it really broadens also your scope. Like you're not so scared of money anymore. Like money can be found. So I always knew like money could be found. But now my problem was also being that I also badly wanted to become independent.
Yeah.
I also wanted to badly invest. So the first businesses I had were from a point of I'm craving independence. I don't need my dad. People always think that I need my dad, and you know, I feel like everyone is like, no, but you just got support from your dad, and I want to feel like, no, I just got support from myself. And people to stop attaching like my, you know, my
your success with your
my
dad's
success
money.
to my dad's money. So I wanted to really like become independent out of it. So yeah, I got my first. I remember my mentor back in school. She introduced me to a pyramid scheme.
Yeah. Oh wow.
And my dad was like, Joy, you're investing badly. I'm gonna give you back the money. My brother's like, Apana Joy, but me, I'm like, you guys, you do not know. What are you telling me? You just don't want to see me have a lot of money. I went and put like 40K there. I think it was 42,000. Like I withdrew. And then I was like, hey, for the pyramid scheme, I'm gonna sell the product. And then, you know, me, I gave out money and I'm expecting like quick money in exchange. Because that's what she told me.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
Hey, my friend, Adiwa Leo, I've never been able to sell these products. Like pyramid schemes and me, no go zone. But that was my first mistake. So you see, now I'm trying to overcompensate, like by trying to find like the quickest way to get money. And I don't have any. So now this is like I have very good saving habits, but I have very very poor investment decisions. So, and my second one, I tried to like, you know, buy some stock ya viatu with a friend, and then akaniambia, oh, some story about like my nephew sijui alikuwa na mashida. Nikamwambia ni sawa, chukua tu pesa ya stock, where you go take care of your family.
Really?
Yeah. So my relationship with money is so strange. I think I have a lot of like, I've attached a lot of emotional guilt.
I feel like it too.
And it's still the same even now.
Really?
But now I'm making, because now I speak more about it and I see people getting surprised. And also like, it's almost like, you know, it's a bad thing that you're doing. But when you say it out loud and people are like, Joy, why would you do that? Now it kind of makes me feel like,
why did I do that?
Well, maybe I need to become more responsible.
Yeah. As a friend, I tell you, wow, those habits are crazy. For me, it's totally different. I grew up with no money, but I became like a hustler. You know what I mean? Called hustler. I remember like my first business was that Kaduka in Ushago. It didn't work because of the fact that I need to bring money back home. Like I have to provide with that small thing. And then also my second business was I was in campus. I started selling bras and panties because that was easy. We used to live in Pangani, so I would actually walk to Gikomba. And Isli, and I knew those mashimos where you could get, you know, those stuffs and sell. That worked very well. And then those days were the days that I was elevating myself in the sense of I started dating high profile people. So Mimi, the monani, niende nikauze bra, forget about it. And that's why I said the more you get money. And this is the thing. I think about myself that time. Actually, if I continued selling and meeting these high profile people who made you meet more people, it would have been easy to elevate your own business. But you're not thinking like that because you don't have these, you know, business mentality. You've not seen this aggression, the aggression to get money. Like you're so aggressive to get money. I've not seen somebody who, not my siblings, not my parents, not anyone close to me. I've watched them so thirsty for money. Like I was really thirsty for money. But then I didn't have the discipline also, because business calls for a lot of discipline. I didn't have the discipline to keep on going no matter how much I think I got it. You have to keep on going until you can make the good the good Benjamins. I didn't have that. And but I also learned how to save, because now I looked at my dreams. I was like, okay, I want to leave Kenya, and I know the situation with my family, so I knew it will all fall on me. When I tell my mother I want a visa, she'd be like, okay. When I tell my mother I want to study German, she'll be like, okay, you do it. Like she would agree everything for you, but you go ahead and do it yourself. So that's where I learned how to save quite well. And also from an early point with access to money, I didn't become flashy. I was not flashy. I wouldn't get like the way people would change hairs weekly,
Yeah.
wear 30,000 wigs. I didn't have this in me. I would be okay going for braids. They would stay 3 weeks. I change it. Like, I didn't become flashy, and I didn't come. I've just been attracted to Gucci and Louis Vuitton recently when I don't actually have money. This is the devil speaking to me. Yeah, so that helped me because I remember in my circle of friends, where my demo walikuwa wanakuja wewe wakikwambia, you remember what was this shop Label, where jeans were 1,000, but the same jeans in Italy were like 600 bob. They just don't want to go to Italy, and they want to be associated with Label. So I would meet my friends, we would meet for crashes at KFC. This one is from Label. This one is from this shop. Sijui nimefanya eyebrows for 150 hapo juu. Alikuwa anaitwa nani yule msa eyebrows? The whole Nairobi went to him.
Najua Marcos, but
I remember, no, it was at World Business Center, first floor. Huko ilikuwa line, but everybody just wanted to be associated, and it was overpriced. I wasn't like this. I wasn't so into, like, no label would justify me. So that's where I also learned how to keep some money for myself. And then one time I met a guy who was white, and he was like, he introduced me actually to Bitcoin. And I invested, because when Bitcoin came out, ilikuwa pesa kidogo sana. But then the rumors came out, dear Illuminati. You remember? So I remember going out of it real quick. Really? Yeah, and then I say, Aki. But those days I was actually very young. And he was from America. He's coming, this thing, it's gonna grow, it's gonna blow. And I think it was like $25. A whole Bitcoin. It was that early. And then
you'd be a multi-millionaire.
Aki, the devil has been playing with my money, but Aki ashindwe. And then so that one did not work because I opted out. And then I started selling bags, which worked for a while, for very good, because I was using Instagram. And then I had to relocate. And once you relocate and you leave your business for somebody else, they're not as hungry as you are. I've realized this. No matter who, your family, your sister, they're not as hungry for that business to grow. No, it's not. And sometimes to support somebody else's dream, yes, you can, but
now with the same
because I was like, I would look at my stock. I'm like, say stock mbona iko hapa after a month. They're like, hakuna customers. I'm like, nobody comes to you. You go find your customers. Like, you have to keep your customers coming back, but you have to do the work, not them. I'm not a big brand yet. Right now, Louis Vuitton. Actually, I don't think I've seen very many advertisements from these people, no, because they have their niche now. They have their customers. Whether you go in, whether I go in or not, they don't care. They have their people, but I was not there yet. So when I came to Germany, that is the relationship with my money, because that was my hustle, my money started going down, because now I can't make money. And when I came to Germany as an au pair, I wasn't making any extra. My money was for my language, it was very little anyway. And I had not started working like I work now to earn like really money that can support you. And that's where I also started going down as an entrepreneur. And I realized I started a couple of business. Me, I don't nimefanya makuku nikiwa tu in Germany, but it didn't work. And that's why I picked up real estate. I was like, okay, I'm going to just buy mashamba, because you don't need to work on them. They will work on themselves by appreciating, even if it's 0.1% a month. At least it's something that is going higher. So I feel like I have grown for sure. I have grown with my intelligence. I'm not there yet. I'm not very smart. It's my goal also for 2024. I mean, in my vision board, there was that part of financial intelligence. I feel like I've made a step. I'm not the way I was, and now I'm trying to find a niche. Also in money, you need to find a niche. Like, there are people who are very good with stocks, so they take it, they stay there, and they grow their money from there. There are people who are very good at quick sales. Like they're very good marketers. They do it. For me, I realized I'm very good at buying something and then having that thing not stress me. Not like I buy, then I have to sell. I mean, I was like this in Kenya because I had access to the market, but this is the German market, and I also feel a little bit intimidated by buying things to sell, because they all can buy from Amazon the same thing that I'm doing. I feel like a little bit intimidated by that. But I picked up a niche that I feel like it's giving me it's slow. I don't have so much money to keep on investing on real estate. It's just a slowly thing that I
Yeah.
keep doing. But I'm so happy that I found that and I'm comfortable there right now. And the rest is I just right now, of course, I work to live because as a student we earn whatever we earn.
Yeah.
And but I feel like my relationship with money in general, since when I knew what money is, it has totally improved, and I'm proud of myself.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
Growth is what it
Yeah.
should be at. How do I feel about money? I feel like the last couple, like the more I've spoken about my relationship with money to people and
Yeah.
like how I've always just been giving people money, like I don't know how to spend money. Firstly,
Yeah.
I feel bad when I spend money on myself, so it's always like it feels better to spend money because for
Somebody else.
me it's like 200 euros on yourself, Joy, really. But for me to give it to someone else, it's like it doesn't hurt me. But when I
No.
spend it on myself, so because imagine like before even came, I think for a long time now is when I'm starting like to buy some few clothes. But
Yeah.
like Tangu, I was in primary school. I haven't changed the clothes I have always worn. Like the same jeans is the same jeans you'd have seen me with like 10 years
Really.
later. Yeah. So well, my point was like, regardless of me being a very good saver, because I don't spend money on shopping. Like
Yeah.
to me, shopping is like if I really need something, then I can shop.
Yeah.
Then I think I would also say like I have very huge financial illiteracy in terms of investments because like I have money, I can get money, I can work so many hours and get
Yeah.
money, but like how do I make this money grow? And
Yeah.
then now to make my money grow, it's just like stagnant because now
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you make a lot of money and then oh, Joy, just give me like help me
Yeah.
20K, help me 20K, and
Yeah.
then I'm like, yeah. So it's really nowhere. And I also
Yeah.
and I think in my perspective, if I
Mm.
had better financial goals, like say by the end of 2020, I want to buy a piece of land, like 1 acre, and then now I would always have like a mindset,
Focus.
like yeah, because
But you have it in your mind right now. You just said it. Why don't you actualize it? Why don't you put it on paper and say, by the end of 2024, I want to buy this piece of land, and you save towards it because you have this habit already?
yeah, but I mean, like having an accountability partner is also
I'm your
really big.
accountability partner.
It's also really because like recently,
Mm.
Regia,
Yeah.
and like I was sharing this financial situation, and then he was like, yeah, but like I could always like
Give
guide
him the
you.
money.
I could guide you and show you like what reasonable investments
You
there
can do.
are.
Yeah.
Because maybe I'm always like, hey, but like I say, how much interest does it have?
Yeah.
10 interest per year, and I'm like, nah, bad investment. I want one that has like 60% interest rate.
Wow. Okay, you're lost. There's nothing like that.
Yeah, so you
Also,
see
yeah,
also.
mindset.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I think, well, I mean, now I wouldn't say I'm in a very bad place financially.
Yeah.
I mean, the debts keep accruing, and I always choose my battle. Like, I would rather not have, good clothes, or like I don't care
Mm.
about people. Like, I'm not such a show off. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, if I want
Yeah.
to wear just like pajamas every
Yeah.
single day,
You
and
would.
yeah, because to me, it's just like fashion is the least of my concerns. But
Yeah.
now, rent, you see, now, because now I have to balance, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
would rather live in a very comfortable
Place.
apartment,
Yeah.
but also like that's also like bad financial because
No.
yeah.
But sometimes you have to choose mental health or living in a vague sharing a home with a psycho. No, no. I'd rather spend a lot
Yeah.
on my home but have peace of mind, because that also helps you, because if you don't have peace of mind, no matter how much money you have, it would make zero sense to you.
Mm.
And so I mean, I don't have much to say about money because my relationship with money has just happened when I was a grown up.
Mm.
But I have a question for you in terms of money.
Mm-hmm.
How do you handle, how are you in debt? Are you a very, because in the relationship with relationship, in the episode of relationship, you
Yeah.
said you went too far to even take
Loans.
loans for your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how is your relationship with debts, with loans, like in all, like the minus? Let's talk about the
I'm a
minus.
hustler, Cairo. I'm a hustler. So
Yeah.
every single time I got loans, I would always make sure I return them on time and with interest. Ask me, like I used to do so many small businesses here and there.
Yeah.
So I would pay them back, and then now it leaves me at zero. But like I've cleared off the debt because
Okay.
I hate debt. My dad, I got this from my dad. My dad told me he's never taken debt, like loans, debts,
Mm.
whatever. And I'm like, wow, and how did you start a business without,
Yeah.
And so I really aspire to be like him business wise.
Yeah.
Because like I feel, I mean, like there's so many other ways that benefits of having loans instead of like, you financing your own business.
Yeah.
But then it gives me like, oh wow, I would really love to like be debt free, to
Yeah.
be loan free from loans.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now I feel like my relationship with debts is I hate debts. So if I have zero debts to date, I have zero debts.
Yeah.
So kama kuna deni, like I just make sure I clear. That's like the first priority
Yeah.
first. Yeah. You?
Wow. For me, I have also a bad relationship. Me, Kwanza, debts that things like I remember, in Germany you can take something on Klarna, whereby you buy it and then you pay it later. I remember I
Yeah.
did one,
Yeah.
and they looked for me the whole of Germany for a whole year.
Really?
Because I was feeling like, no, I'm not paying for shit that I've already won. Like that shit is already 3 months old. How am I paying for it? No, I'm very bad with debts
Yeah.
like that. But I remember, like, there's a friend of mine. I was in such a corner, and she came through for me with some money. To pay her back was not as difficult because I remember, like, she gave it to me. I remember the action and how much it meant for me at that moment. But these things of I'm buying something on debt, me, I'm like, oi.
Actually, we need to like invite
Yeah.
a financial someone to guide us, because also from what you're saying, it also sounds emotional, because for you it's like but like if I have it already,
Yeah.
and then to someone who you had like an emotional
Yeah.
connection with, you're like, oh yeah, maybe I need to give this off.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what I was thinking because when we were having this conversation, I was like, wow, two damn girls having a conversation. But no, the point is, of course, we are coming up with so many. Also, we are showing people that the mistakes they are making,
Yeah.
it's normal. Whether you come from a poor background or
Yeah.
from a well-off background, you can always make
Yeah.
bad financial decisions. Yeah, it's a topic for season 2. We're gonna have somebody, an expert, who's gonna come and they're gonna advise us
Jan
all.
should come and like he'll pinch us.
Yeah, yeah, but I would make him wear a mask. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I think in season 2, of course, we're gonna have like an expert who's gonna come, and most of the topic that we have done, we're gonna have we're gonna sit down and hear from experts and other perspectives because we're just speaking from our end, and I know there's so many versions of everything and every topic we've spoken about. But for sure, when it comes to money, I feel like it's a journey, and everybody has their own journey depending on where they come from. And on this episode, I just want to break all the chains of debts in my life in Jesus' mighty name, blood of Jesus.
Amen.
All the debts have been cleared by 2023. I'm not going to 2024 with any debt. So if I have your debt, stay hopeful. Blood of Jesus is about to work miracles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay hopeful. Blood of Jesus come through, because I have no comments. Like me and that. I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that so bad.
It feels like paying blank. It's like.
You know what? Let me tell you something. I really struggle with paying, especially like TV tax. Like I don't even have a TV. Why are you charging me for taxes? What I hate about like adulting is taxes. And this sounds so silly, but like I'm always like, but why?
Ask me another one. In the city where tax like is the key thing.
Kenya is even worse because like the taxes are really high,
and
then they're not even being used.
Yeah, karibu niseme kitu. Kiara ingeandika hapo email. Nifundishe kunyamaza baba. Yeah, guys, I feel like this topic, I feel like we really could just share our experiences with money. And if you're an expert, you can already start commenting there. What are the good ways to invest? What
would you have done different from what we did?
Yeah, from the different situations. How would you help somebody develop into a better person than I am into a better person? Not better person, but a person who makes better decisions than we did. Like from my end, I feel like I've shared everything I could in terms of finances because this girl's been broke a long time, yeah.
Well, for me, I would say, guys, it's really hard. It's really hard, like, to become, you can say, like, you're financially literate, but, like, educate yourself on money. Money is so broad.
Yeah.
Like, money, you can find money and you can lose. I was listening to a certain person saying when
Yeah.
they got their first amount of money. It felt so big, and like, wow,
Yeah.
I can't imagine I have this amount of money. We just went and spent it in a week, and it was all
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah,
So I
that's
feel
the
like,
thing.
yeah, when you have too much in surplus, and then you're like, oh my god, now like I can do whatever I want to
Yeah.
feel like.
But I also feel like that affects people who have not had money before. I feel like also it
Yeah.
affected me a lot because I was like, oh wow, niko na 50k. Why? Naenda Java kwanza ninakoma. Breakfast Java, lunch at cafe, dinner
So that made you
Sankara.
like spend a lot of money
Yeah,
because
because you're not used to money and you're afraid if I don't spend it I will lose it. You don't know how you lose it. You're
yeah,
like I
yeah,
have to spend it before I lose it or before it's all gone. So you want to at least they told you it's YOLO with money. Like I
yeah,
gotta live once. You go to the club and you're the one who's buying that day. You part with 20k. And the thing is, you would have that 20k now and then you misuse it and then tomorrow you don't have
yeah,
it, you're like back to zero. That's why I say there's so many lessons that need to I have
yeah,
learned I have
yeah,
learned to unlearn. Also there's so many lessons I think people need to be taught on the essence of getting used to money
yeah.
so that you don't have or you don't feel the need of overdoing once you have it.
I think I have a scarcity mindset. Now that we
Yeah.
speak about it, I feel like I'm always scared to be broke, because that's for sure.
Yeah.
To become, I don't know if this happens to like multiple people. Guys, tell me, like,
Yeah.
does anyone feel like when you're scared of being less than what your parents are? Because I feel like my parents really brought us up well.
Yeah.
I'm so scared of being like going worse
Yeah.
than they
Yeah.
were.
Yeah.
So
I
so
would be.
would you?
Yeah, I'm scared. They didn't have nothing, but I would be scared if they had. I don't know what would have.
So poverty scares me, and I
Yeah,
really try to run
yeah.
away
Me,
from
I've seen it
poverty.
firsthand, so it kicks. Woo! I mean, the thing is so funny. Like I said, poverty scares me, but the
Yeah.
input I put to get money. Sometimes I'm like now I stopped my
Yeah.
side hustle
Mm.
because I have to do it too early, and I was asking myself, Caroline, you want to be independent and you have an opportunity, but because you have to do it too early, so I need to pick a decision between comfort
Yeah.
and stability.
Yeah.
I mean, we can say our stories.
Yeah.
That's the main thing about the podcast, at least to share our own stories. If it doesn't bring you a solution, it can maybe show you the place that where you are. It's still, people have been there, done
Yeah.
that, and they've changed and they've made better decisions. And yeah,
Yeah. And that's it for today, unless you
that's
have
it for
anything.
today. Me, I don't have anything much for today. And I'm excited. We talked about money. It was ringing in my head like, what are you going to say about money? Do you even have money? Yeah, but I'm so happy it flowed the way it flowed. And from
Yeah.
us to you,
Bye
bye
bye.
bye.